Hello! Deus Ex Mankind Divided once again. We are going on with the story, and it's finally the story time. We reached the headquarters of Task Force 29, and we're snooping around. Apparently, the secrecy of any organization does not correspond with the level of security that they have.
Adam, you're here. You made it in. It's good to see you're okay.
I think I robbed your
Aria, yeah.
safe.
It was a close call. I got lucky. A lot of people didn't.
I was here working when the first reports came in. It was chaos. Phones ringing off the hook, people yelling, scrambling to find out what was going on. Then when Miller told me you were there,
I'm alright.
Good. You looking for him? Because he's tied up right now and meeting with Lyon, I think.
Really? He's using the NSN right now?
Yeah, I just saw him. Oh, hey, that reminds me, here's yours.
What's this?
The card for the shooting range. Chang changed all the codes this morning, said something about only giving access to people he's vetted personally. The bombing really freaked him out. Third one in 6 months, can you believe it? I'm really glad you're okay.
Thanks, Aria. I'll let you get back to what you were doing.
Yeah, I better get back downstairs. It's gonna be a busy day. Come by later if you want to talk.
So I can see that her arm is augmented, but anything else? Not sure. Want the whisper chip. Do we need to hurry? Oh, I don't know, but I have I do have the save right here, so...
Jensen, we need to... By God, Jensen, I heard about the explosion. We should relocate.
I like this guy already.
Director Miller together. Tell him it's not safe enough here.
We're fine, Chang.
The police station, the train station, we're next. I can feel it. I can more than feel it. I can see it happening.
No one knows where we are. There's no reason to get paranoid.
That's where you're wrong. They're trying to pull the lid off of us, Jensen, or someone is. Praha Dovoz just got hacked.
Our building's front company. Thought it was fake.
I wish it was fake. Miller's got me cleaning up IntelliCam footage from the attack to help figure out who these people are. Meanwhile, maybe they're trying to figure out who we are? Why else poke into an import company?
You think someone's figured out that the company's a front? Maybe they know what's really down here.
We have a lot of enemies. The people who bombed the train station. You don't think they'd love to know where we are? You need to help me figure out who's looking into us and make them stop.
I'm gonna need more information about this snoop of yours.
I don't know for sure that our cover's been blown, but if it has, we need to know before our enemies have a chance to do something about it.
You got an MO in this hacker?
At first I thought it might be the Collective.
But you're not convinced.
Not Janus's style to leave crumbs this big. But whoever it is, they risk exposing us. If the Collective ever found out where we operate... My God, Jensen.
Maybe Janus knows already.
Hey, don't say shit like that. I get nervous enough as it is.
You really think there's a risk here? Maybe someone's just poking around the fake website of a fake company.
If someone points a gun at me, I assume it's loaded. If someone hacks into the website of the company that serves as our cover, I assume they're doing it for a bad reason.
Such as?
Everything depends on who they are and what they know. But we're in the business of dealing with terrorists. If those terrorists find out where we are...
TF-29 likes its privacy.
Sure. More importantly, Chang likes being in one piece. Unlike you, I don't just brush off explosions.
What can you tell me about our front company?
Praha Dovoz was designed to be forgettable. The kind of place you walk by 100 times and still can't remember.
It obviously caught someone's attention. What happens if we're compromised?
My guess, we dismantle and disappear. Agents go into hiding, director burrows into some hole, poof, no Christmas party. I need you to find out as much as you can about our snoop. Make sure we're not in danger.
All right. You have any leads?
I traced our hacker snoop to an unrented apartment. Top floor, 33 Halavni. Just down the street. This guy walks by us every single day. Probably walks in.
You're kidding.
See? You feel it now. The constant buried alive feeling. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought we were supposed to be suspicious of things that go on outside these walls.
It's never that simple.
Just get into that apartment, access the computer they used, and find out what you can. And be careful, Jensen. We don't know who we're dealing with.
I'll look into it. As soon as I know something, so will you.
As far as I remember, that building he's talking about, that apartment he's talking about, that's the apartment of Samizdat.
I've run DNA checks through all the alphabet agencies. Nothing.
Oh shit.
Be careful.
You know who's been suspiciously quiet the last couple of days? The Collective.
It'd be easier if someone would just
Yeah,
stop and do it.
suspicious indeed.
Be careful up there.
Remind me, who are they?
These guys might as well be ghosts. The problem with the Collective is that they've branded themselves as online Robin Hoods.
It's not like I support what the Collective is doing.
Where to start with theorizing
I've run
percentages?
DNA checks through all the alphabet agencies.
Maybe
Nothing.
whoever's in charge doesn't want anyone to feel safe.
Angie, I trust your hunches better than most people's evidence. There is no way, if the Dvali number 2 owns it, that the storage locker is 100% clean. I'm in the middle of something I can't break away from right now. Check it out yourself quietly. Tell me what you find. You know the courtyard just down the street from us? I go there sometimes to grab a snack after work, and there is one storage locker there that always felt a little suspicious. Well, today I learned it belongs to Otar. We can't go in there officially without a warrant, and my hunch obviously isn't enough to get us one, but I did crack the code to the door 3874. One of us could go in unofficially just to see what's inside. What do you think, boss?
State police are playing
here we
stingy
go.
with sharing
The
evidence.
Dvali crime family. As you may already know, they're one of the largest crime
Explosives were
syndicats in
designed to get
Europe, but
maximum
they do
spread.
business almost everywhere, from Northern Europe all the way to the Middle East. After their humble beginnings in a coastal town in Georgia, the Dvali quickly moved
sorry,
from
we're all
gambling to
strung
more
out
lucrative
guys,
criminal
might as well be
enterprises,
ghosts.
until they found their specialty, smuggling, which includes human trafficking too.
Thanks.
The
Keep
Dvali
digging.
can get
They
anything
don't
to
care.
anywhere.
Action would be
It's as
great.
if borders just don't exist to them. But their rapid expansion came at the cost of their
You'd think
Georgian
one of them
purity
would pop
when they
up on
started
some
incorporating an
list somewhere.
ever-increasing number of Russians into the group. If you ask me,
There isn't much here to
I
go
think a
on.
major power struggle is coming within the Dvali. One of the old versus the new. The past versus the future.
Just wish someone would nut up and take the blame.
The classic Dvali structure has two spies, or
No, it's the
Pakhans,
right
working
call.
for the
Our
lieutenant who
immediate
report directly to
connection
the
is that
boss,
there
to make
is
sure
no
he stays the
connection.
boss.
Is that
Those guys are
fucked
pretty
up?
violent.
What I need you to
I've
do
run
is
DNA
listen
checks
to me.
through all the alphabet agencies.
Ah,
Negative.
the
You're
Dvali
saying it
called
was
this
faulty
guy
wiring.
Constantine. Like that's supposed to be intimidating, right? We don't have a last name for Constantine, but until his death in the Rizika bombing,
think one
he
of
was a
them would pop
high-placed
up
member
on
of the
some
Dvali
list
crime
somewhere.
family, answering to Otar Botkavelli. We suspect he has lots of connections in the upper echelons of the organization, all the way up to Radish Nikoladze and
all the
beyond.
data I have right
Probable
now.
target.
You and me, I suspect that he's a Pakhan, a spy
These
that
guys
watches the
might as well
Dvali
be
lieutenant
ghosts.
closely to make sure he doesn't make a move on the boss. Otar Botkavelli. This guy's a classic. They don't make many like him anymore. Sharp mind, a real businessman. One of those gangsters who thinks nothing is unnecessary evil. No, you know what's gonna happen. He's there to make sure people have respect and make good money. Good business. Ah, the elusive Radish Nikoladze. This guy's a piece of work. Driven and ruthless. When he came up, he was the youngest boss in the Dvali crime
Is it or
family.
is it not a
The
probable
man
target?
spends more money on
we're all
suits than
strung
most
out
people
shit.
spend on their houses.
You'd think one of them would
But don't let
pop
the
up
looks
on
and the
some
haute
list
couture fool you. He's the boss. He's in control, and he's squashed more than a few people who've tried to take him down along the way. Otar's right-hand man is this guy, Vanna. Not the sharpest tool in the shed, if you know what I mean, but he's strong and loyal, something Otar
There
values
isn't much here
greatly.
to go on.
Step up and do it.
Purity First is an anti-aug group dedicated to keeping humans human. All pure, no augmentation. In their obsessive pursuit of this goal, they have taken extreme measures and are suspected of being responsible for multiple acts of breaking and entering, vandalism, and theft. On occasion, they've even become violent, being implicated in several assaults and murders as they push for their goal of human purity. They've been quiet since the incident. I would have thought you'd had your fill of these guys since Dubai, Jensen. The Jinn, a group of smugglers led by twin brothers Salar and Wazim Alam. Their exact base of operations is unknown, but it's most likely in Muscat. The brothers Alam have been in operation since 2020 and have greatly expanded their operations since then, recruiting mercenaries, ex-military, nationalistic agitators, and other colorful criminal agitators from Afghanistan, Iran, Iraq, Saudi Arabia, and the surrounding region. They deal in drugs, weapons, medical implants, augs, and they occasionally throw in some human trafficking.
Sharing evidence.
Just for a change, human trafficking.
Keep digging.
Our arms dealer Shepard, aka John Trent, is a former Special Forces commander and ex-Bell Tower operative.
One of them would pop up
And
on
as
some
is typical
lists?
for those ex-Bell Tower employees, he's been selling off old Bell Tower tech and weapons. But we don't need to worry about him anymore. He was killed by those gold mask guys in Dubai. This guy is the face of the Jinn and a charismatic force of nature. They call him the Bull of the North and the Heart of the Jinn. Real name Salar, works in conjunction with his cold and calculating brother, Wazim, who saved his life during the Aug incident. He is proudly augmented and parades his Augs around wherever and whenever he likes. The hatred of Augs from groups around the world has only emboldened him and his organization.
That's all the data I have right now.
They don't care.
Wasim Alam, the head of the Jinn, former limb clinic doctor and surgeon before he turned to more profitable enterprises. He brings the same cold and calculated approach he brought to saving lives to running his business with his brother,
There's
Salar.
something here, I'll find it.
Run DNA checks
Oh my
for all
god,
the
it's a comedy of errors.
Agent Singh, great poker player. I still owe him 100 credits. So I hope his incursion with the Jinn lasts another few months. You know, maybe he'll forget I owe him money.
You think one of them would pop up on some lists?
You know as much as I do about these guys. They're augmented, well-trained, and very dangerous. And they seem to be massing weapons and augs for some sort of attack. We don't know what.
Guys might as well be ghosts.
I'd love to get a look at the bomb site myself, but
You've heard of these guys. ARC, or the Augmented Rights Coalition. They're a human rights group who, on the surface at
Very
least,
safe
is trying to
connection.
provide equal rights for augmented people. It was started by Dr. Talos Rucker soon after the AUG incident when Rucker started to speak out against the anti-AUG legislation that was being passed by several local governments. If you ask me, it's not working. Things seem to be getting worse. ARC preaches non-violence, but a string of terror attacks has put them on the terror watch list. So I'll let you be the judge. Dr. Talos Rucker, former limb clinic doctor and current leader of the Augmented Rights Coalition. Rucker has chosen to leave his native Germany and to live in the Utilite complex near Prague as a protest to draw attention to the upcoming Human Restoration Act vote. Rucker is a pacifist and believes that what is happening in Prague is what will happen all over the world if the Restoration Act becomes law.
DNA checks for all the alphabet. Nothing.
I just wish someone would nut up and take the blame.
What's that?
What I need you to do
Is it another ARC?
You've heard of these guys. ARC,
Yeah,
or the
okay.
Augmented Rights Coalition. They're a human rights group who, on the surface at least, is trying to provide equal rights for augmented people. It was started by Dr. Talos Rucker soon after the AUG incident when Rucker started to speak out against the anti-AUG legislation that was being passed by several local governments. If you ask me, it's not working. Things seem to be getting worse. ARC preaches non-violence, but a string of terror attacks has put them on the terror watch list. So I'll let you be the judge. Here we go, the Church of the Machine God, and to some, the Church of the Machine, without the God. And then again, to others, the Singularity Church of the Machine God. This group has so many names and subgroups, it's hard to keep track. And believe it or not, they've been around in one form or another since the early 1970s. There are a lot of contradictory reports on who they are and what they want, but in general, they all want the same thing. They want to merge their consciousnesses and become one with the Machine God through a ritual they call Ascension.
If someone would just step up and do it.
Sounds
One of them
cool.
would pop up on some lists.
The Church of the Machine God has a leader, but all we know about her at this point is that she's a woman and they
Native
call her
or
mother.
alien.
That's creepy, right? I think that's really creepy.
And the
Is it or is
build
it not a probable target?
These guys
There's a
might as well
rumor
be
that the Church of the
ghosts.
Machine God is building a machine that will help bring
something
forth
here,
the
I'll find it.
singularity.
Saying out loud.
Sure, I guess that's a possibility. I'm just not sure what they would plug that machine into. Samizdat is an underground news outlet that likes to
Run
think of
DNA
itself as
checks
the
for all the
real
alphabet.
news. They are anti-establishment
Soviet
and
connection.
almost everything else, including business
All the
addresses,
data I
so
have
we
right
like to keep our eyes and ears open for any mention of them.
have also the NSF.
The New Sons of Freedom, or NSF, is a small group of militant constitutionalists and secessionists operating in the continental United States, particularly in the Pacific Northwest. The group was formed as a reaction to the American government's increasingly authoritarian regime. NSF is committed to fighting the influence and control of a group of unknown people they believe to be the
reading
Illuminati
this right now.
strategic guerrilla warfare strikes. They are suspected of having ties with Janus and the Juggernaut Collective.
Maybe whoever's in charge doesn't want anyone.
Ah, what to say about the Juggernaut Collective that isn't speculation. A bunch of their members were running operations out of Montreal in 27, resurfacing for a while in 28. You heard of the Rifleman Bank Station? Bell Tower? Anyway, the Collective is a group of hacker activists, or hacktivists. God, I hate that word. Dedicated to the cause of freedom. At least that's what they say, or what their actions appear to say. They fight corruption by exposing hypocrisy and protecting the unprotected. No one knows the real power structure inside of the Collective, but there is one name that echoes over the darknet, and that name that echoes even louder than Hex, and you can talk to Peter Chang if you don't believe me, that name is Janus. And some say Janus runs everything, while others think there is no
Why doing
Janus.
his fucking job? Who the fuck are you?
Janus. I mean, what can you say about him? Or her. Nobody really knows who or what Janus is. But what many believe is that Janus is running the most dangerous hacking group in the world, attacking corrupt politicians and businesses on a global scale. The corporate world is terrified of Janus.
You think one of them would
Hey,
pop up
Agent
on
Jensen,
some
nice
list
work in
somewhere?
Dubai. But still, you know, what I want to know is who those ogged-up guys in the gold masks were. I'll be compiling all the case files, and as soon as I know anything, it'll be up on the board.
This is so weird.
I feel like the guy loves the board a lot.
My boss hasn't checked in for days. It occurs to me that he might be
These
buried
guys
somewhere
might as
in
well
the
be
rubble.
ghosts. The people studying the train station security camera footage asked my opinion about how vulnerable the surveillance is.
Just wish someone would nut up and take the blame.
Keep digging.
You think one of them would pop up on some list somewhere?
Thanks. Keep digging.
On some list somewhere.
I don't
Vincent
even know
Black.
where to start with theorizing percentages.
The best secure corporate archiving company.
Okay, who are you, Vincent Walt? Vincent Walt. Vincent Black, sorry.
Always watching, because you are always watching.
What I hear,
Turning now to Prague,
maximum
a city still reeling in the wake of a devastating terror attack. Dozens were killed and hundreds more injured yesterday.
I have a feeling that the dude is on Dvali duty.
Some of them occurring after Dr. Talis Rucker, leader of the
Okay.
Augmented Rights Movement, took up residence
Oh,
in the
well, that is convenient. Origami
claims his organization is
1970.
seeks to ensure the rights of the augmented and
Human traffic confirmed. Vince, our people in Moscow confirmed that the Dvali are shipping unlicensed OGs out of the Czech Republic. We suspect that the majority are leaving via unmarked trucks, but it's difficult to know for sure right now because it's definitely looking like some of the police are taking backhanders to look the other way. Worse, if someone desperate enough to deal with the devil can't pay enough, or nobody will miss them. Seems that the Dvali are happy to pocket what little they have and sell them to third parties for labor, sex, or spare parts. The team is still compiling the full report. It's pretty nauseating.
it can be. Unrelated websites and radio stations continue to praise the Juggernaut
Oh,
Collective,
damn it.
an elusive group of vigilante hackers for exposing big money corruption. What these journalists overlook, however, is the damage these hackers leave in their
Security level 5. Now this dude
Preemptive action would be great if we knew where to start.
knows thing about security, that's for sure.
preventing life-saving medical transports from getting
Half the Cybercrimes Division is combing the web for any hint of those mystery guys from Dubai. That's not really our area of expertise. Miller wants these guys bad.
I think Singh's got some kind of adrenaline.
Duncan Macready.
He plays it too close to the edge.
You made it out of Dubai, didn't you?
I'm telling you, if it had been anyone but Jensen
Hans
on the ground,
Gerber.
Singh would be dead.
Well,
you know what?
Agent Jensen!
Oh, hello there.
Agent Singh. Wasn't expecting to see you again. In civvies, at least.
Just passing through. I wanted to thank your team for the backup in Dubai. That sting went to hell faster than the storm did.
You're welcome. But I don't think you came all this way to say thanks.
Director Miller asked me to get Agent Macready up to speed. Now I have the red-eye flight back to Oman.
Headed into the field office there?
Not exactly. One of our black sites. I'll be dropped in as a captured enemy combatant. After I contact my fellow Jinn prisoners, I shall lead a very convenient escape.
Re-embedding with the Jinn. Aren't you taking a big risk, given everything that happened?
No choice. That ambush knocked everyone on their asses. TF-29, Bell Tower, the Jinn. To cover all the angles, I need to go back. Hopefully my cover is still good. You killing the signal booster at the hotel should help.
You're thinking the Jinn can get a beat on our gate crashers faster than TF-29?
Perhaps. They do not like loose ends. An augmented kill squad with military training. Have you ever seen anything like it?
I did.
Yeah, once. But it's a long story. Did we get anything out of the cleanup operation?
Mostly corpses. Heavily augmented, as you know. Under those gold masks, they were ID scrubbed. No prints, no dentals, no DNA match. Professional.
Could still be ex-Bell Tower. Plenty of men and material went AWOL after the incident. A competing faction that listened in on Shepard's sale.
It's a possibility. The audits and investigations of Bell Tower will go on for years before we know how many rats jumped from that ship. At least we recovered the weapons. Unlisted. High spec. Military-grade augmentation. Enough to build another couple of you. That is a joke.
Right. It's the world we live in. Anyone with an exemption to the weaponized augment ban is a useful tool. Or a terrorist. Whoever they were, they knew exactly when the deal was going down. Any chance they were based locally, in Dubai?
No. After the incident, Dubai became the world's most luxurious tombstone. Perfect for the Jinn, but for no one else.
I thought human augmentation was frowned on in the Middle East. Why was Dubai hit so hard?
Because it was another world. Two other worlds, in fact. One of extreme augmentations in gold or crystal, and one of thousands of workers outfitted for construction. Then, that day.
I know.
The worlds collided.
No, Agent Jensen, you could not. Some called it divine punishment. But that day was not the work of a merciful God.
I don't envy what you've got ahead of you.
Actually, I'm looking forward to it. The truth is, when you've been under for long enough, you only feel like an imposter out here, in the real world.
Yeah, I understand the feeling.
All of them occurring after Dr. Dallas Rucker.
It is Jensen. You'd think one of them would pop up on some list somewhere.
Good to see you in good health.
Dr. Rucker claims his
I've got to hand it to you for your role in Dubai.
Agent Jensen!
An e-book. Mission statement. While protecting and upholding international peace is an uncertain and changing world, Task Force 29, referred to herein as TF-29, stands committed to countering and disassembling threats around the globe from the malicious intents and actions of those wishing harm or disruptions on our person, communities, and governments. To achieve this mission, it is our constant duty to maintain a reactive list of individuals and organizations suspected or accused of illegal activity, terrorism, or intent to harm, incite, or destabilize. Monitor threats suspected or confirmed at local, national, and international levels. Counter local, national, and international terrorism in both pre- and post-incident capacities in order to preserve international peace and stability. Conduct post-event investigations to ensure future or repeat incidents are negated and major perpetrators are prosecuted and imprisoned under agreed international statutes. Support the policing and legal maintenance of major and/or sensitive border controls or segregation limiters, including augmented separation sites, and provide counterfeiting tools and identification monitoring to national border control operatives.
I've run DNA checks through all the alphabet agencies.
If we want to catch Janus, we're going to have to get creative because nothing we're currently doing works.
God, my eyes want to retreat into my skull.
You think one of them would pop up?
Hey, Macready. Ignore me.
The global leader in fair,
I'll take those.
and impartial reporting.
Interesting why this guy has EMP ammunition in his drawer. Mac, since we don't see eye to eye on the issue of augmented field agents, I want you to know I appreciate you keeping an open mind about Argento. Personally, I don't give a damn how much neuropathy costs, we both know we're wasting a good agent behind the desk. Once Dr. Ozine signs off on her, it'll be time to put her where she belongs, and I'll expect you to be professional about this as always. Mac, just a follow-up to what I overheard you saying in the cafe a few minutes ago. I've been watching the Dvali for a long time. I know a few things about them you won't find anywhere else. Some of the low-level guys may act like typical muscleheads, but the family has been around for generations. They know what they're doing. Don't dismiss them. They might surprise you. To all staff, this is to address the recent mission in Dubai. We all know someone who died in that action. Our one consolation is that they died doing what they all believed in, trying to make the world a better place. However, there is no excuse for the mission going to hell the way it did. The reasons it did are now under thorough investigation. We can all do better than this, and from now on, we will. For them. Further, rumors have come to my attention which question why we were in charge of the OP in the first place rather than Station Muscat. These speculations are a distraction and strongly discouraged. Please remain focused on the actual task at hand. Those were our people we lost. It falls for us to avenge them, and moral services will be forthcoming.
This legislation, if passed, calls for the removal and downgrading of all overly powerful, unlicensed augmentations.
Is there something I can help you with, Agent?
I hear you're on point looking into the gold mask mercs that hit us in Dubai. Any leads yet?
Christ, I know I'm good, Jensen, but I've only been on it for 5 minutes.
A lot can happen in 5 minutes, Macready. You checked with the ME yet? Get anything off the bodies we recovered?
Leftovers are on ice at the Oman substation. I've been told they were scrubbed clean as summer whites. No prints, no dental, no nothing.
So in other words, it's no steps forward and 2 steps back.
For now. That's why it's a good thing you disabled the Jinn's comms booster in Dubai. Singh's cover with the Jinn is still intact. I'm hoping once he's back in Basra, he can use his network to dig around. Maybe these gold mask jokers will ping locally. Probably another fucking jihad looking to make some noise.
I don't know. I'm not so sure we should be looking for these guys in the desert.
Ah, is that so? You have some new information you feel like sharing?
Come on, Macready. These guys were augmented with military-grade hardware. Body augmentation goes against Muslim beliefs. They weren't jihadists. We're dealing with something new here.
I can see where you're going with this, Jensen, and I'm asking you right now to back off it. It's not your case.
Come on, Macready. We're not a couple of beat cops filling a monthly quota here. This isn't about whose collar it is. It's about getting the people responsible. Full stop.
Look, I get what you're saying, but I'm working a $5 investigation on 50 cents worth of shit. I've got speculation to spare, mate. Listen, I know I come off strong. I've got 3 ex-wives that'll back that up. But that's just how I'm built. Putting on a show for the new guys and gonna change what's underneath.
I can appreciate that kind of honesty.
Good. So when I say I'm impressed with how you handled yourself in Dubai, you can appreciate that I meant it. With that sandstorm giving us colonics, stripping the juice box out the chopper was an inspired choice. But that mission is over, and your involvement in it ends now. Got it?
Yeah. But tell me, why do you think the bodies from Dubai were sent to Oman?
Fuck knows. Rumor is that Oman was pissed that we got the green light for the gig in the first place. Can't blame them, really.
You don't think it's strange we got the call over them?
I stopped questioning the logic of the big noise a long time ago. What I'm told is we were the only team ready to go.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
So then you know what I know. That everything?
What's your backstory?
How the hell did you get such a sunny disposition anyway, Macready?
Knowing about me is not going to make us friends, Jensen. but I'll humor you. Fine. I joined regular army straight out of secondary school, made UKSF at 25 and was recruited into the SRR 4 years later.
Special Reconnaissance Regiment. That's an elite unit.
Oh yeah, it's very glamorous. All champagne and blowjobs.
So what happened?
After 12 years hunting terrorist shitbirds across every desert on the face of the earth, I found there was no fucking end to the evil this world churned out. I couldn't see the point in what we were doing anymore. So I quit.
So what brought you back to the life?
I suppose it was purpose. A tool without a job to do can only grow rust. So here I am, back in it, serving my purpose. As a tool yourself, mate, you should understand that, yeah?
Ouch.
Yeah, I got it. It was nice talking to you, Macready.
No, it wasn't.
Okay. Firstalive.corp. What services do you have? Networking, highway, demon, power saving manager, 3D printing service, update and scheduler, input assistant, AI, restrictor service.
Despite whatever praises the underground media wants to sing. This is Eliza Kassan, reporting to you live.
That's a crappy dashboard, it's not even updating. 128 gigs of memory, and of that, more than half is occupied.
It is Jensen, yes?
I guess the transit.
You'd think one of them would pop up on some list somewhere.
Oh, pistol regular. Yeah, I'll take that one. Is it by any chance my PC? Yeah. Shooting competition, Dubai mission.
You'd think one of them would pop up on some list.
Okay. Psychologists. Okay, yeah, I'm not picking up neuropazine.
I've run DNA checks through all the alphabet.
Okay.
The transit authority isn't in as much of a hurry as you are.
So nothing actually interesting for me. JG. Shanghai. Did you or Chang move the NSN server room keycard? I thought we agreed to keep it on the lower level. I don't have time for this. State police is stonewalling me again and I have to call the minister. Debbie. I'm wondering why is it only the floor that is electrified that hard. Why is it not all those other metallic things around here? They are supposed to provide electricity as well, conduct electricity as well. JJK Box Z 774. Sir, the last time you used this NSN, the logs failed to delete properly. They're supposed to, but there have been a few peculiarities in NSN function recently. I'm looking into their origin. Until further notice, unless you delete your logs manually, anyone who uses the NSN after you will be able to access a record of your communications, including those of a personal matter. What's that? I mean, if I can get there without actually hacking the door, that would be much more beneficial in my opinion. Yeah, that's a lot of equipment, I must say.
Alex, the whisper chip is in.
Weird, it's already picking up a freak. Jesus, Adam, is Miller in there right now?
Shit, gotta go.
Jensen, I need to see you, now!
There is no way he spotted me. I'm too good of an agent. So, he's not angry with me, he's just pissed off dude, right? Ah, damn it. I mean, I'm running basically as fast as I can. Yeah, and that is here another approach there.
Agent
Mr.
Jensen
Director?
reporting for duty, sir. Tried to do it earlier, but you were on a conference call.
Yeah, I was. Should I be worried about you, Jensen?
Sorry.
That blow you took to your systems. It's not messing with your head or anything, making you do things.
I'm not gonna go crazy and start attacking people, if that's what you're worried about.
You've been checked out then. The problem with your orgs is gone.
I took care of it.
Good, good. God knows with all that's happened, I need you at 100% right now.
You sounded pissed when you called me in. Everything okay?
Don't ever leave the field, Jensen. You'll regret it. As soon as you strap a desk to your ass, you'll be swimming in goddamn politics.
The boss is giving you trouble.
What? Oh, that? No, the trouble's state police. They're pushing us out of the Ruzicka investigation. I want you over there to make sure that doesn't happen.
You're putting me on the train station attack? Not Dubai?
Forget Dubai. Macready's handling it.
With all due respect, we were blindsided in Dubai, and those mercs put up one hell of a firefight. I'd like to know who they were.
They were augmented, Jensen. Chances are this will lead right back home.
To the train station attack?
Maybe. It's possible. But we won't know for sure if we don't investigate both. Mac's a solid agent. I'm confident he'll dig up something on the gold masks. And once we get Singh reinserted with the Jinn, he might be able to use their network to find out even more. As long as his cover wasn't blown.
Yeah, that should be covered.
Regardless, I want you looking into Ruzicka before the state police fuck up our crime scene.
Yes, sir. You said they're trying to push us out?
I sent Fletcher in this morning to oversee evidence collection. Seems he's being detained because he hasn't checked in since.
Excuse me, they
can't
detained
lock us
our
out.
agent?
The Czech Republic signed our UN mandate agreement. They gave us jurisdiction over terrorist investigations.
Yeah, well, the former director of their security information services runs state police now. He's come up with a loophole, claiming this attack falls under the homegrown terror exemption.
Homegrown? He's saying it's ARC? The Augmented Rights Coalition?
I don't care what he's saying. He may even be right. I just want us in there so we can find out.
Chang said you've got him cleaning up Intellicam footage that was captured during the bombing. Maybe it can tell us something.
Maybe. But between you and me, Chang's become a little more unglued since Ruzika. Not sure we can wait for him to get his shit together.
So where do I start?
Technically, you're supposed to speak to our psychologist before getting back into action.
I don't need a shrink.
Convenient because she's not in the office right now, and I don't want to waste any more time.
So how do I get to Ruzika? Public transportation's not stopping there.
It will for you once I make a phone call. Head to the metro and call me when you're there. Good luck, Agent.
Okay, solid plan.
The global leader in fair, unbiased, and impartial reporting. And now for a close look at the events making headlines around the world. Here are our top stories. Is freedom of the press a threat to our freedom? In the hands of irresponsible journalists, it can be.
And we're back to 8 proxies. I like that. Feels comfortable. Is there anything I can steal from you? I mean, I already was in your apartment, right? Oh yeah, I did not why did I press the button? I never picked up this card.
I'm doing extra communication scanning tonight for an operation in China. Our people there are taking down a human trafficking operation.
Not the Harvesters again.
No, that group seems to have shriveled up. This is the Red Arrow Triad.
I'm glad we're going after them. For a relatively young organization, they're pretty smart. If they get any bigger, we could be in a lot of trouble.
Red Arrow. Does that ring a bell? I'm not sure actually.
Hey Adam. Hey Adam, hang on a sec. Filling out supply request forms for Macready and his boys is tedious as hell, but I don't want to give him another reason to say no.
Say no to what?
Are you kidding me? Right now, you're the only active augmented agent we have. I'm hoping to change that, been asking him every week practically, but so far, permission denied.
Really? He gave you a reason?
Says my stress levels are too high. Told me I should sign up for meditation classes and drag Chang in with me so he'd chill out and stop changing security codes all the time. It sucks, because I really wanted to find out who those crashers in Dubai were.
You were saying your stress levels were affecting your chances of becoming a field agent. Why is that?
I have a rare resistance to neuropazine. I need more than the average person, especially in stressful situations. They say I'd be too expensive, so it's not just discrimination. That would be easier to deal with. It's a combination of things.
Well, that combination of things is pretty bad in Prague. And getting worse.
I know. But Interpol was the only agency who would give me a chance, and this is where I was assigned. I have no problem with that. I'll take whatever they throw at me.
Good.
It took me months of rehabilitation, getting used to the new arm, learning how to shoot again, learning how to tie my own boots. But I did it, and I'm better than I was before. I want to help, and I can. My place is out there in the field where I can make a difference. You know that. And if you can do it, so can I.
Don't give up, Aria. Semper Fi.
Hoorah.
Excuse me, can you translate me that crap?
I still can't believe Miller gave the gold mask case to Macready.
Oh, I'm sorry, Adam. You were there too. You're probably as pissed about those guys getting the drop on the team in Dubai as Macready is. I don't know what would have happened if you hadn't been there. Agent Singh might have been killed.
After the bombing, when Chang changed all the locks and codes, was he under orders? Was there a credible threat to our location?
Maybe. but I don't think so. You know how he gets. Still, he wasn't the only one overreacting this time. A lot of people have been here for over 36 hours, and the state police have not exactly been cooperative.
I can imagine.
It took several hours before we got the security footage from the train station and surrounding streets. It's like they don't trust Interpol. It's weird. I can almost understand Chang's paranoia.
Well, Chang doesn't trust anyone, especially anyone in law enforcement.
Well, if you thought he was high-strung before, the attack only made him more manic. He's making connections no one else sees, and some that may not be there.
Explosions tend to damage things like sensitive electronic equipment.
Right? Try telling him that.
Well, I better let you get back to work.
Yeah, sure. Talk to you later.
Now, if I remember correctly, I have a side mission. No? And the point of interest. The shooting range. But I guess this is it, like they give us the access and like I'm fine with that. No, thank you. Shooting is not the thing I'm particularly proud. That's not one of my
Alex,
secret skills or anything, so...
We got something, but Jane has provided the wrong algorithm for the frequencies, so they aren't getting deciphered correctly.
Can you fix it?
I'm a pilot, not a programmer. I can do it, but it's gonna take some time.
That's quite a look. Sorry if I was rude before. If the store had been empty.
We all have our roles to play, Sedlak. How's yours going?
It is giving me new respect for criminals who run front operations. Late shipments, supply problems, random police searches at customs. Ugh.
I thought this store was just a front.
Best Front is a real company. Praha Dovoz is registered as an international shipping corporation in every country in the EU. I can get an office, way station, or depot up and running anywhere in Europe within 72 hours. I do not suppose you spoke to Agent Chang while you were down there.
I actually
He told me you've been hacked. I'm looking into it.
Good. I will sleep better knowing an experienced field agent is on the case.
Anything you can tell me about this hack?
Chang will know more than me. I just told him something strange was going on. Utility statements being accessed, incomplete information on orders, that kind of thing.
The kind of thing that's easy to miss. Surprised you noticed it.
When you have been doing this as long as me, you start to question every little thing. Plus, that old lady kept coming around.
Old lady?
Chatty thing. I thought she was just lonely, until I caught her staring at the terminal when my back was turned.
Did you confront her about it?
I told Chang. Asked him to put a field agent on it.
Field agent?
We both know the deal, Jensen. There are two types of agents in this office. The ones who do the footwork and work the leads, and the ones who analyze them.
And you think Chang's one of those?
I think Chang lives in his head too much. He is good. He's very good. But it is also good that the task force brought in a new psychologist this month.
Well, I'd better get going. I'll let you know if I find anything.
Do not tell me, tell Chang. I have a cover to keep.
Okay.
I'm glad you were not
That
hurt
makes
in the
sense.
bombing yesterday, Agent Jensen. The task force needs good men like you.
Thanks, Sedlak. Take care.
I believe that's a rare thing to hear from a natural to augmented person. Being watched and spies. There was some kind of pocket secretary with the information about one of the storage lockers, right? Maybe not that one. 2469. It is supposed to be the storage locker of Otar Botkovelli. So let's check that one out. Hypersteam, painkillers, more crafting parts, some money, even more crafting parts. Is there something behind those bags? Not sure. I don't see anything over suspicious here, actually. So let's switch. That one. Set mission 05.
So we had him in interrogation, but then...
I don't want any trouble.
So there are some people who might endanger our operations, and we must deal with them. Yeah. Okay, cool. Kay is getting antsy about the next issue. I told him we should lead with the moon-based story and he freaked out on me. Seriously, how are we not leading with this story? Anyway, he wants you to come in so we can talk all about it. Just make sure you're not followed. Bones won't shut up about the moon base. I keep telling him we have no facts, but he just won't let it go. I want you to get back as soon as you can. I need to talk about the next issue with someone who cares about more than reliving some old cosmonaut fantasy. I'm assuming you got something on Praha Dovoz by now? We also have a messenger. Why are you online? Sure, stand-up was 5 minutes ago and you're not even in Dvali. I want to lead with your Praha Dovoz story. Yeah, what's the rush, man? Nice.
Chang, I think I have something on our secret admirer. Group called Samizdat. Mean anything to you?
You mean those conspiracy nuts? Very bad for business. How much do they know?
I'm not sure. They're hiding somewhere in the sewers in the Dvali district.
Find out whatever you can. What they know, what they want. If they blow the task force's cover, it's only a matter of time before someone blows up the task force.
Don't worry, Chang. I don't want the walls coming down just yet.
You think they'll catch this Og bomber?
We're waiting next report.
Here's troubles.
How come we make deals? Not just him. Leave me alone. I don't want to hear from you anymore.
I'm trying to remember if there were any terminals. that were of level 3 or higher.
Stay out of his way.
Nothing comes to my mind actually.
A large part of Prague's charm is evident in the old city that we've seen.
I don't usually blurt out my political views to people on the streets, but I just want to know what they are doing to me.
Lucky to have this fire. Might freeze to death.
So, well, I do have some kind of notification on that side.
There is no such thing as free will. We are programmed from birth. Heredity, culture, fact. Think we make choices, but even they are programmed.
Hi.
I won't tell anyone what I know. They wouldn't believe me anyway.
So yeah.
There was an entrance, right? Ow.
These are the greatest
Get out of here.
concerns of the digital age. And we at CASIE promise to back you in addressing those priorities. Information archives in the walls of CASIE beyond the
Don't shoot!
Shit.
We're journalists!
Who invited the agent type?
Who are you? What do you want? Why are you here? You here because of the Dubai story? The article about the moon base? The clones on the moon base? Who sent you?
I'm here for Samizdat. You in charge?
I take charge, but I'm not in charge, man. No one owns or dictates the truth. Freedom of information is a collective right, man, and a collective responsibility. That said, you gonna break someone's nose? You break my nose.
I didn't come here to break anything. I just need you to cooperate.
I spent my 20s in a commune, man. I'm all about cooperation.
Good. It's about something you've been looking into. It's making some people nervous. What do you know about Praha Dovoz?
That little import company? I know there's more than boxes in the basement. We've seen agent types come in and out. The place is a curtain. The first in a series of many. Pull them all back and you'll find... Damn. Tell me I'm wrong.
It's a dead end.
Right. Guys like you always come down here because of dead ends.
Fine. Then what if it's something other people are already looking into? If someone like you makes too much noise, that may compromise any chance they have of uncovering something bigger. Do you understand?
I'm supposed to believe we're colleagues now? You men in black types, you walk into Pike's newsroom, tell them to be hush-hush about something, and they do it. But that's not how it works here. One day, you will all be exposed. If not by me, then someone just like me. Samizdat isn't one voice. K isn't one man.
What did you mean when you said K wasn't one man?
K is an ideal, the intangible leader of tangible resistance. You can kill me, but then little K would become K. Kill little K and Bones over there becomes K. There's always a K.
And what if you kill Bones?
You can't kill Bones, man. Bones isn't real. I think he was one of them. He was supposed to be a prince of Belgium, man, but then he broke his condition. We found him inside his fucking cult, all confused, so we reprogrammed him with the truth.
Excuse me?
Suppose I needed to make a deal with Samizdat. There's no one person I can talk to?
Depends on the deal. I mean, there's always going to be an editor. Editor makes the final call on all published material. That would be me.
So you could ensure that something doesn't get talked about?
Depends on the deal.
What exactly do you do down here?
Samizdat is a media uprising. While Picus panders to corporate tyranny and government bullshit, we pump out the truth. We uncover it, we write it, we publish it. We get our noses broke for it.
So you print pamphlets?
Well, we do a lot more than that. We got ways of getting into Picus media network. That's how we disseminate information.
Information you get by hacking into places you shouldn't.
The truth is buried. If digging it up means skirting a few rules, so be it.
I need you to stop looking into Praha Dovoz, but not for the reason you assume.
Relax, I get it. You don't think I do, but I do. You got to appease your military-industrial masters. We've all been there, man.
I'm not who you think I am. The kinds of people who manipulate the news, who cover things up. You don't need to convince me that's who the enemy is.
The enemy is anyone who conceals the truth. And that's exactly what you're asking me to do. To pretend like that little import company isn't hiding something.
I'm asking you to see a difference between conspiracy and discretion. Between people who hide information in order to push their own agendas and those who need to stay off the radar in order to do their jobs. You, of all people, should understand.
Okay. Okay, look. You seem like a reasonable guy. Huh? Hell, I've usually been punched by now. I find this refreshing. Here's the deal. We promise to forget all about Praha Dovoz and stay out of your way as long as you give us something better.
What do you suggest?
The only thing I hate more than secret organizations are toothless media conglomerates who don't hold anyone accountable, who spit lie after lie after lie. So I propose a trade. There are places my people can't get into. You get into one of those places and find me some dirt on the real enemy here. Picus Media. Do that, and I'll cut whatever you want me to cut. Who knows? Maybe you'll even learn something.
First, let's persuade him to get off the Praha Dovoz.
Praha Dovoz for now. It's the only way you get to protect your ideals.
Right, because concealing information is obviously the best way to keep people informed. You really think I'm that stupid? There's this word you might want to look up. It's called transparency. It means people have the right to know, no matter what the cost.
Is he better? Subject's dedication to truth verges on obsession. His capacity for reasoning is sharp, though may veer toward the tangential or even wild. Fear and extreme mistrust of authority are likely to be well-founded, though further aggravated by a life lived in hiding.
Fair enough.
Let's try a
There's
better
difference
approach.
Between speculation and fact. Right now I'm betting you don't have anything tangible to go on. You don't know who I am, what my role is, or what's really going on. Wait until the facts are out before you go spewing misinformation everywhere. Before you get people killed.
Okay, maybe I don't have all the facts yet, I'll give you that, but I know something's going on down there. Otherwise you wouldn't be here. That's why you always have to keep digging. The truth, the real truth. It's a rare fucking bird, man. And if you're too slow or too careful, it fucking flies off. So when I get so much as a hint of truth, I strike when I can, as hard as I can.
Whatever the cost, is that it? You want to be better than Picus, right? So what does Picus do? They frighten people. They sensationalize the news. They misdirect. If you want to resist them, you need to strive to be objective. You need to deal in truths. And the truth is, putting Praha Dovoz under the spotlight right now is dangerous to me and useless to the public. Wait until it's time.
Okay, I get it. I don't want to compromise no one's investigative journalism. Sometimes you move too fast and the real story flies off before you even had a chance to see it. That's not what we do here. So you go break open whatever it is you're breaking open, and we'll lay off Praha Dovoz. For now.
You're making the right choice.
We'll see. You know, we could still use your help, though. Journalistic integrity may not mean very much topside, but it still means something down here. And that's why I think you should help us. You're our best shot at hitting the mass media where it hurts.
No, yeah, sure.
Alright, what do you want to know about Picus?
I want skeletons! The kind that companies like Picus come all the way to Prague just to bury. Corporate archiving, man.
Corporate archiving, huh? You asking me to break into a bank?
I'm not talking vaults here. Ashani Talvar, the Palisade CEO. She leverages her clients, keeps information about them close at hand. She's got something on Picus, I know it. I just can't get to it, but I bet you could. You poke into her office, find something that proves how nasty Picus is, how much they love to piss on the truth, and I promise you this, I'll misplace any file you want.
We'll see. Chang, you there?
What do you got for me?
Took care of Samizdat. No one's going to be reading anything about this anytime soon.
Oh, I'll cancel the movers. How'd you do it?
I've reasoned. I don't think there's any trouble.
Reasoned? With the conspiracy nuts.
I know what I'm doing.
And I have 9 proxies available. Isn't that just nice?
In the wall.
Okay, we have both of them
Sure it's not in your head,
over there, right?
Clack, clack, typing. Computers, don't you hear it? I don't hear it.
I remember that we were in the lady's office, right? So it shouldn't be too difficult to get there once again.
Městu vládnou.
Nice look. Why didn't you go check it? Very rare.
Enough problems already.
Tady je další. Here we go. Hello.
I mean, by now this bank is almost as familiar to us as Adam's apartment, right? We already know how to get where we need to get. So that's not a big of a challenge for us. Plus the security is still down.
Attack to strike Prague in 6 months. All of them occurring at the Dr. leader of the Augmented Rights Coalition, took up residence in the neighboring Udalek complex. Dr. Rucker claims his organization is peaceful and merely seeks to ensure the
Flight 451 dossier. Sister Airlines Flight 451 black box confirms ionosphere theory. Secret military facility is in the area and tests were being conducted at the time. Directives: public must not know about the base, must not suspect reason for the crash. Picos cover story: Sister Airlines Flight 451 was hijacked by augmented passenger Thomas Haldeman. Do not distribute. Yeah, I heard the story actually. What?
But with the United Nations set to debate the Human Restoration Act in a matter of weeks, could the good doctor be changing his tune? Your guess is as good as mine. This is Eliza Casada, reporting to you
Security active. Confirmed. Check updated.
Do I need to get back to the dude? Or I can contact with him remotely? I mean, I remember how much time I spent studying all the vents around the place, and with how much ease I now can just navigate around the place. This is amazing. Parkour. We're doing some speed running here. I mean, quite literally running with the speed, so... Now that's probably the place where Icarus would shine, because you don't need to actually go on the ladder, you just jump down. Beepity boppity, this ladder is your property, you know?
So, you got anything on Picus?
Oh yeah, man.
What are you working on right now? What's your big story?
We don't write stories, man. We bombard with facts. 63% of all earthquakes since 1997 were caused by geological bombs. Did you know that?
Must have missed that one.
There is nothing natural about these disasters. You like figures? 7.1 million Augs left in the world. That's down 89% since the incident. Darknet Shatterman up 73% since that thing in Dubai. It's all related. You want a spoiler? You want the bottom line? I'll tell you. All part of a selective depopulation agenda they've had from the beginning. The means change, the targets change, but not the ideal. And our governments, they know about this, but the public has no idea. Why? Why is that? Because Picus controls 94% of the world's media, and 97% of what they report is complete bullshit. That's a fact.
I wonder how you evaluate that.
You mentioned something about Dubai. What do you know about what happened there?
Ex-bell tower mercenaries working with local Slavic gangsters caught in the middle of a puppet show in the Middle East. The whole thing was carefully crafted vaudeville.
Crafted by who?
Someone who likes to rig the game. A puppet on each hand, man.
Where do you get this information from? Who's your source?
Voices in the dark, man. The moment you fall asleep is the moment they start talking. Psst, Kidara, Kilva, Changdala. That's what I hear. Whispers out of reach. It's like a scent. Something no one can hold on to yet.
So you have no idea?
I got plenty of ideas, but the more I talk, the less I can hear. Besides, journalistic integrity, man. We're not pikers down here, okay? We're one of the few media outlets left that aren't part of the global control mechanism. Indirect means on one side, direct means on the other. And once you're in the wheels of the machine, you're finished.
Yeah, he's definitely nuts, but
I think I found the kind of information you're looking for.
All right, inspire me.
A commercial airliner went down recently, over an ionospheric research facility. Plane went down because of whatever the military was doing there, not because of some augmented passenger like Picus claims.
Shit, man! This is it! This is headline fucking material! You did good, man! Real good! Anything else?
No, that's it.
That's cool, man. This should be more than enough. Okay, Bones has been typing up a storm already. We pulled all our Picus theories together and laid out some preliminaries. If you did your job right, this should help fill in the blanks.
So we're done here.
Almost. We need to make sure this issue gets the publicity it deserves. There's a city information hub we want you to hack. It's on your way out, I promise.
alright. If it is on my way out, I have no problem with that. Oh wait, I missed a turn once again. Yeah, because it's not a turn, it's a vent. And up we go. So where is this thing? Okay, yeah, I think I know what they're talking about.
Can't defend against that kind of team. Do not push your luck, Kansas.
Security level 1. Well, I do see some data store over here. And basically this is it.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiate. Access granted.
Okay, cool.
Okay, you there?
Who is this? How'd you get this number?
I did what you asked. Samizdat should have no problem getting its message out now. You remember our deal?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't compromise whatever little game you're playing over at that import company.
Try to keep a low profile. If Picus wasn't gunning for you before, they will be now.
Don't worry. Just make sure you remember who the good guys are.
Well,
Rather, stay quiet.
our alternative is the truth. Yeah. Well, that part is done.
They are involved. How to stop it?
Now, before we proceed to the metro, I think it was a very nice session, and I think we can wrap it up around here. We swept all the shiny and interesting stuff out from Task Force 29. Installed the Whisper chip, although something did not went quite right over there, but it's not because of us, so don't look at me. Got our task, going to proceed, but before that we helped David to fight Goliath, which is an honorable activity, which always benefits from some help. So good for you, Samizdat. Hope you live long and well. And you, I hope you enjoy my gameplay, and in such case, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, let me know down in the comments what I can improve for you. I hope to see you next time. Have a nice day out there, and bye!